Hey guys, this is Cyberdark Crush doing a new segment. This new segment is going to be Deck Profile Friday. I'm going to be making a new deck profile every Friday, or a deck profile for you guys, just so you can watch. You know, I'm not like a pro, so they're not going to be the best decks ever, just little fun decks to screw around with whatnot. I'm the kind of guy who just makes decks like he tries out every deck. Well, if it looks fun, suits him. But yeah. If you guys ever want to try my deck recipes, go for it. If you want to give me some advice, just comment on the video, send me PM. I prefer commenting if you're giving me advice, just because it won't flood on my inbox, but it's not that big a deal. So yeah, this deck profile for this week, it's going to be Elemental Heroes. It's not like some crummy Elemental Hero deck where there's like 3 of each type of main branch. E-Hero, it's a big variety of stuff. Let me just sort through this, and you can get a general idea of what you're looking at. Shut up, phone. If you guys want me to stop or anything, or if you guys want to see it stopped or anything, just hit the pause button and give me a timestamp or something. Like I said, this isn't your general. That's a Mirror Force, guys. Sorry, I forgot to switch it before I did this video. I have an actual Mirror Force, but it's just in a different deck that I was working on for doubles tomorrow. Tomorrow's doubles tournament. So I was just working on that deck. I'm going to be running, most likely, me and my friend are going to be running, he's going to be running Quacky Marrows, and I'm most likely going to be running Ancient Hero TK. Probably should have done that for this week's deck profile, but I'm just going to do the deck that I have already. This is a Solemn Judgment. That was another card that I switched out. But yeah, there's no more proxies. That's nothing. Okay, so it's all sorted. So I'm gonna go through the deck lineup. Okay. It starts off with 2 Elemental Hero Oceans. They're good because you can drop a hero signal, bring one out, and whatever you just lost, you can pretty much just bring back. You run 2 Woodsmen, just for a first turn set. And then they can hit that, take some damage. Then you'll draw Search Out a Poly. My deck mainly more focuses on Flame Wingman and like Phoenix Enforcer and Shining Flare Wingmans and that type of sort. So I run 2 Burstinatrix and 2 Avions because I have more stuff to make. Like I said, I kind of focus on certain fusions because they're just kind of better. 1 Stratos, just because it's a generic E-Hero Searcher, or it can blow back row. 1 Prisma, I'm pretty sure it's 1 Prisma. No, sorry, 2 Prismas. Just for, you can dump something out of your deck, like say Sparkman, and if you already have King of the Swamps, you can just drop Miracle Fusion, go into Shining Flare Wingman. 1 Wild Heart, just because he's good, you can make Wild Edge and King of the Swamps. And he's just generic, like if you want to summon that, play your Trenchal, he won't be affected by it. A Sangan, just because it's Sangan, it searches. 1 Clayman, it's good defense, used for fusion, like Electrum. Sparkman, 1 Sparkman, just because you can drop into that and King of the Swamps and make Shining Flare. 1 Necroshade, just so I can go Dark Bright. And 1 King of the Swamps, just because he's any fusion and I can drop it for a poly. Now my spell lineup is Pretty sure it's 2 E's, 2 R's. Yeah, 2 E's. They search out any elemental hero. I'd highly recommend this over Warrior Returning Alive because, Reinforcement of the Army, because Reinforcement only searches level 4s, and if worse comes to worse and you want your Necroshade just for anything, then you can search out that with it. 2 Polymerizations. Where's the other one? Oh, sorry, I run 3s, not 2. 2 Polymerizations, just because it's great for fusing, but I focus on more of a graveyard-oriented E-Hero deck. 1 Future Fusion, just because it can mill stuff out, and you can, once it's in the graveyard, you can Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusion, which I run 2 of. You can run 3. 3 is optional. 3 Skyscrapers, just because E-Heroes are easily overpowered, and then you can just kind of come back with that. Oh, sorry, I left out a monster. Rottweiler, he's really optional. He never comes in handy for me. He's just there just so it doesn't upset the monster balance. I think I'm going to switch him for a King of the Swamps, because it's good to have 2. Not my second King of the Swamps. A Warrior Returning Alive, just so you can bring back your warriors when you don't have an ocean at hand. Hero's Mask, just so you can mill stuff out. And the good thing about Hero's Mask opposed to Prisma, it doesn't require a specific target for you to be hitting infusion deck. You just can mill. Typhoon. A second Warrior Returning Alive. Sorry, I thought I only ran 1. Swords of Revealing Light, just because it's a good generic stall. Hero's Bond, which is pretty good stuff. And the A-Forces. Not many people run A-Forces in E-Heroes, not many people think to, but it's like for every warrior you have, each gets 200, so it's pretty good for when you're swarming. I run 2 Hero Signals, because that's what this is. It was a Torrential Tribute. Sorry, I couldn't remember what that was, but yeah, it's Torrential Tribute. But yeah, 2 Hero Signals, so once something gets destroyed, you can search it like Ocean, get it back, and you still go plus monster. If you have Skyscraper on field or hand, you can overpower just about anything they got. It's under 24. Magic Cylinder, it's really good in this meta because it went back up. My Mirror Force, at the moment it's Phantom Hand, but Mirror Force is in that Ancient Gear deck. And then last, Solemn. As you guys see, call the Mummy, but it's Solemn. So that's my generic run through of this deck. I'm not going to leave out Fusion deck. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But if you have any comments on my main deck, you want to ask any questions about it, just comment. This is my Fusion deck. Where's my second one? Yeah. Okay. 2 Elemental Hero Dark Brights, because they pierce, and after it attacks, though, it goes defense mode, but when it's destroyed in any way, it destroys one of your opponent's monsters, which is pretty good. I run, where are you? 2 Terra Firmas, because they're just good. They pump up, so it's good to go Stratos, search something else, Poly, make that, tribute Stratos, just, that's good power right there. I always seem to be able to make Terra Firma because I always have that stuff in the graveyard. 2 Flame Wingmans, like I said, this is more what I focus on. I only run like 1 Thunder Giant because it's not a biggest priority. This card, Flame Wingman's good because it just does a great amount of damage. Shining Flare Wingman, he's just Flame Wingman on crack. Phoenix Enforcers, opposed to your opponent taking damage equal to the monster's attack it destroyed. It just won't be destroyed by battle, so it's good for stalling. Shining Phoenix Enforcer, it does that, plus pumps 300 for each E-Hero in your grave. A Mudball Man, it's just really, really, really good for stall. It's got a nice 3000 defense. Electrum, I mainly only use it for just when I'm going Future Fusion, just so I can nail everything out to the grave, and then go Miracle Fusion and just return everything back, or just make something small out of it, because now I have to use King of the Swamps, so then I can just mill Sparkman and make Shining Flare Wingman. Wild Edge, just because it's good. It's good against Black Wings, just attack everything at once. My last Decroid Shaman. Honestly, I mocked this card. I never thought it would ever be good, but I played it one day when I was playing in tourney. I didn't know what else I could make. This was the only thing I could make, and it was actually good because they had an Armor Master on field, and this deck, all it mainly has is just power. But that's pretty much it. This stuff can just beat up even in defense, so if they're trying to stall. But yeah, this deck's main priority is power. So Necroid Shaman's good. There are variant ways of making this deck. You can run it more when it's focusing on Clayman, Sparkmans. You can focus it more on a generic, just overpower deck, like 3 A-Forces, 2 of each of the main E-Hero. There are a lot of different ways to run this, but this is my strike on it. So like I said, if you have any questions, any comments, any opinions on this, just comment on my video. And if you guys have any suggestions for decks you want me to do, I'll see what I can do and try and maybe put that together and do my take on the deck. But for now, that's it. Okay, thanks guys. Later.